myself in particular, I can say, because he scared the shit out of me in 1984 with Nightmare on Elm Street. And when I was way too young to watch that movie, my parents didn't seem to care. Wes was always someone, as a filmmaker, important to me, because I first saw him with Swamp Thing, and then, of course, graduated to something more important. And I realized I didn't say, hi, my name is Neil, by the way. I should have done that first. I apologize. I'm excited. Forgive me. Anyway, so I was excited to get the opportunity to actually have caliber of people who knew Wes and knew him well to talk about him and celebrate him. I thank you all for being here, so we can do so. Santa Rosa is, as I'm sure Marianne can attest, is a little in Wes's film career, I guess. And it's got a little bit of a, and those of us who remember who were here for that at the time when it happened in 1996, most of us were upset at what happened. So it's befitting. We're still upset, exactly. So we're happy to have this happen here, so we can make amends for it, perhaps, and also, more importantly, I don't know, just say sorry, Wes and Marianne. So that being said, we're going to start basically first with me asking a few questions, sharing some stories, and then we will eventually go to a Q&A. We do have microphones set up on either side over here, so if you do want to ask a question when it starts, please step down to the microphone so that the audience can hear what's going on. Don't just scream it out. Our tech director, Bonnie, spent a lot of time running cable everywhere, so make her feel useful. Anyway, thank you, panelists. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
It's important.
I think it's great that Santa Rosa is beginning this film festival. I know San Rafael has had a lot of help and support from George Lucas over the years, and they have some great festivals down there, but you guys are just far enough north, I think, that you deserve your own up here, and it's so beautiful, and I encourage you guys to support it.
Thank you. So I want to start off, I guess, with the simple question, which is, like, Wes Craven, who was he? Can you give us, if you can, kind of give us a, what did Wes Craven ensue? What was his being? What do you take away from the man?
Well, I think Marianne should probably begin this because she was closer to Wes than anyone, so she probably has more insight. I worked for Wes, but Marianne worked with Wes, and I think she probably has more understanding of the true nature of one of the most influential gentlemen in my life, Marianne.
I think Heather gave you a mic.
Yeah, no, I was just seeing if you were going to. Okay. So specifically, you mean what kind of guy was he?
Yeah, I just wonder, like, when someone says Wes Craven to you, I guess, like, what do you think of?
Well, I mean, for me, obviously it's a different experience, but when I always wanted to be a film producer. So when I got a job, I interviewed to be his assistant, and I told him I wanted to be a film producer. And he just did everything he could, and 2 years later, I was a film producer on a movie called Shocker. He gave me my first producing gig. It just had a ball. I mean, we had 20 years of just complete fun. Wes, he was very shy, but he was very funny. He loved to party. He loved red wine. And he loved it up here in Santa Rosa. When we were scouting for Scream, we had the longest location scout lunches. And the budget didn't matter, and we drove around in vans, and we drank our way through Santa Rosa and Sonoma. And he was a practical joker. There's a funny story from Nightmare on Elm Street 7, where we had, at that time, Wes was in the Academy and I wasn't, and we got screeners from the Academy. And he loaned me Gilbert Grape. And he said, don't give this to anybody. And so I loaned it to the first assistant director, Nick Mastandrea.
Yes.
And then the earthquake happened, and the movie was destroyed in Nick's apartment. And I'm like, God, what am I going to tell Wes? He's going to kill me. And I didn't know what to do, but Nick was a real practical joker too. So Wes came up to me and goes, hey, Marianne, Johnny Depp's coming over this weekend. We're going to have a screening of Gilbert Grape. That movie. And I believed him, which was insane. And I was like, oh my God, but Nick had told him. You know, and so anyway, he never let me forget it. So he just was, an absolute fun, blast, thoughtful, you know, guy. Quirky, quiet, you know, but yet very, very, you know, emotional and very affectionate and sweet. You know?
Was he methodical in what he was doing, you think?
Oh my gosh. Wes had a 25-page manifesto of how to work everything in his house. The light, you do this, the oven, you know, like every single receipt he had, he taped a piece of paper and wrote out what it was. I mean, every single thing, every single email he received was printed and filed. Like, think of it. Like,
wow.
he was a crazy guy. He was a crazy guy.
Well, I remember working with Wes and Marianne on Nightmare Cafe with, and you guys all know Jack Coleman from Heroes, but that was the first time I ever saw a laptop. And Wes would be sitting behind the camera with video assist and also rewriting all at the same time. It was amazing to me. But it was also that thing about if you couldn't fit something in your mouth, and Marianne remembers it, I mean, Wes, it wasn't